Hold on, did they just run that tape back for a second?
Counter!
Oh, this is gonna be fun. What's up guys, KPlays here, and I am shocked, flabbergasted. I don't know what I was expecting getting what's now round 3 of the new Hunting Horn weapon buffs. Buff for the buff gods, am I right? But, well, you guys saw the clip. They gave us a counter. Finally, a built-in base moveset counter. The official drop can't come soon enough because I'm absolutely itching to dive into the implications of some of these changes. This is going to be a video where we're jumping straight in without much intro because I am super excited to talk about this topic. Let's hop right into the August update, shall we? Alright. So we're going to be jumping between the guild notes for the developer intentions behind the main change here, and the patch notes for some additional details on the other buffs. Because, to be clear, we've gotten some very big moveset buffs here. Starting with, of all things, the hilt stab. This move is apparently now being repurposed as the brand new defensive move. And a very accessible one at that, especially with some of the other tweaks they've made to our moveset. Currently, we are able to hilt stab after just about any regular attacking moves. That means your forward slam, right swing, left swing, all the basics. It's mainly been utilized in the past as a quick poke with the added benefit of sneaking in a single note for efficient song queuing. Nothing more, nothing less. With all the methods Wilds has added to freely string together multiple notes on the fly, this hasn't been as useful of a trick as it was in the past. So, while it has been, and admittedly still kinda is, a staple tool in the Hunting Horn user's toolkit, the stocks were kinda dropping. Keyword being were. They'll definitely be skyrocketing now thanks to this update. In the patch notes, they state that they've added quote-unquote armor properties to the stab that'll stop us from being knocked back. Which isn't a term typically used for Monster Hunters, so without further testing, we don't know if this means that we've gotten a true counter on our hands, as in it'll totally nullify attacks on a success, or if we'll be getting hyper armor instead that'll greatly reduce the damage we take and allow us to power through attacks. Swinging over to the guild notes for a bit of insight, they read, "We're adding options and adjustments for Hunting Horn to help its users respond more easily to monster attacks in light of its lack of perfect evade options. Some of the actions are difficult to incorporate easily into combat and may be better suited for veteran hunters, but we hope it makes combat flow more rewarding." Well, you know what, Capcom? Thank you for noticing. You're too kind. Now, if you could just please give performance beats a reason to be used again, that'd be great. Thanks. But yeah, dude counters. Outside of the slight few that get offset melody, Hunting Horn was the only other weapon besides light bowgun that had no defensive answers to monster attacks. In a game where combat needs to be balanced for the majority of the weapon roster having counterattacks, offsets, guard points, blocking, perfect guards and evades, lacking any of these options is something you'll sometimes feel. This specific comparison to perfect evading has me thinking that it'll be more along the lines of a proper zero damage taking counter, but there's room for it to go either way really. This isn't so much an evade as it is an attack directly into another attack, sort of like Switch Axe's counter move or Greatsword shoulder tackle. So there is a slight chance that we could take some slight chip damage, but we'll have to wait until the changes go live to test it and see. I'm particularly interested in the mention of perfect evades here, because with the two weapons that currently have them, bow and dual blades, you get some special effects from successful procs. If I'm remembering correctly, since it's been a long time since I've looked at any of the other weapons, bow gets a full charge and some free trick shot meter, and dual blades gets a short duration damage boost. Hunting Horn could also possibly gain something from this that we can't see in the quick example clip we were given, like maybe a damage boost to all sound damage, a refresh to all their song buffs that are currently active, or a shortened recharge time on the bubbles. That last guess will come in really handy for reasons we'll get to in a bit. Speaking of that clip though, notice that the hunter throws out a new hilt stab counter immediately after an encore. That combo path wasn't possible before. You used to not be able to do anything except for a special performance after an encore. On top of adding the defensive utility to this move, they've expanded the amount of moves it can come after to, well, darn near everything it couldn't before. Focus Strike, Echo Bubble, special performances, encores, even dodge rolls. This means that as far as I'm seeing, you can throw out a counter pretty much anytime you want outside of maybe mid-recital combo, provided you have enough time to lead with any other attack first. That's big, like really big. As one of the heavier weapons, Hunting Horn has some animation commitment behind a lot of its moves that we previously almost always want to roll cancel. This new hilt stab now offers an alternative to cut down end lag that A, keeps you in position unlike a roll cancel, and B, lets you sneak in more damage, since the hilt strike is an actual attack. There may even be another hit in the new animation if we listen closely to the sound effect. We'll have to see about the recovery on that new follow-up animation because it looks a little bit chunky. Not quite the finesse of something like that beautiful breakdance dodge I've been wishing would make a return. But later today we'll workshop that out to see how reactive we can really be with this thing. Mind you, I'm basing my reaction on not knowing if there's any other additional benefits on landing these counters. If there are, well, Wild's Hunting Horn is just continuing to eat wonderfully this time around. And on that topic, this most recent feast isn't even finished. Moving on to the second course, we need to talk about the Echo Bubble changes. If you all remember the last update, we just got the ability to drop a free Echo Bubble after a perfect focus strike, which, while I'm mentioning it, will thankfully be getting a fix to the issue where monsters could flinch away from the final sound wave and cause it to miss. This allowed for some easy combo transitions and efficient damage setups, because it'll let us stock 6 notes off the move and already have at least one bubble right in position for extra sound damage, guaranteed. Now, like with the new hilt stab combo paths, we'll also be able to use the manual bubble placement move after more moves, complete with a 3 note stocking chance during its animation. Specifically, we can now hit our little domain expansion dancey dance after encores and special performances. I'm assuming they mean all 3 and didn't just forget to mention Melody of Life again.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
This is notable, pun fully intended, because it'll make it so that you can use your recital or special performance moves, Bubble Dance to cue more notes, with a hilt stab for 4-note combo specifically, and then immediately recital or perform again. Multiple times at that, as long as you have bubble charges for it. It's a shame that it seems like there's no much needed buff for performance beats, which, ironically, I was hoping would get almost exactly what the hilt stabs received, but honestly, we came out winning regardless here. Both these additions together will make for some insanely smooth combo flow for Hunting Horn, which was already enjoying exactly that from the changes it already got. We also finally have a proper, built into the actual basic moveset defensive tool. And no, I'm not forgetting Offset Melody. That move is great, but making it a special performance that only certain horns can get and requiring notes to be stored for it first makes it far less accessible at any given moment, compared to this quick new reactionary counter. I'm expecting this to come in clutch to save duders of all skill levels and allow for some risky plays in situations where you'd normally have to either avoid or not overcommit in the first place. I'm very excited for the potential this has to change our gameplay loop, especially since they mentioned that these will be even more rewarding for more experienced hunters. High skill Hunting Horn play is going to look absolutely nuts, and I'm 1000% here for it. I'll be getting back to you guys very soon to get into the fine details after we're able to get these new toys in our hands and experiment. Until then though, this has been another KPlays and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.